adult till you're 18. Do you want me to be your daddy for the next 8 years, son? Huh?
Yes, sir.
You do? Why you want me to be your daddy?
I have no daddy.
You have no daddy? Well, let me tell you something. Come here, give me a hug.
Which is that light bulb. Back to Jimmy.
So Dr. Fauci is at it again. Do you remember when Dr. Fauci said this before COVID? Remember
If
this?
there's one message that I want to leave with you today, based on my experience, and you'll see that in a moment, is that there is no question that there will be a challenge to the coming administration in the arena of infectious diseases, both chronic infectious diseases in the sense of already ongoing disease, and we have certainly a large burden of that, but also there will be a surprise outbreak. There will be a surprise outbreak. There will be a surprise outbreak.
So, but if you tell us that it's not a surprise.
Yeah, don't spoiler alert.
Come
Say
on.
that.
So here he is. He's doing it again. He's doing it again. Watch this.
And then there's the transformative.
So this is from most recent. He was on, I think it's PBS Frontline. Is it Frontline? And of course, they didn't ask him any real questions. Of course, they didn't present him with his contradictions. They didn't show video of him lying, which I have tons of hours of video of him lying and contradicting himself left and right. He lied about the virus, where it came from. He lied about funding the virus. He lied about masks. He lied about herd immunity. He lied about natural immunity. He lied about the vaccine stopping transmission. He lied about the vaccine stopping contraction. He lied about lockdowns. He lied about recommending lockdowns, said he never did. I got video of him saying he did. There wasn't a thing. He lied about ivermectin. He lied about hydroxychloroquine. There wasn't a thing related to COVID that Dr. Fauci didn't lie about. Do you think these people at PBS asked him about it? No, because they get their money from Bill Gates. So here he is. Let's listen.
And then there's the transformative, if I might use that word, experience that we've all had now in year 5 of COVID. So the thought that we won't have another pandemic, I think, is naive at best and just not completely unrealistic at worst. So to rephrase your question, I'm convinced that there will be another pandemic, and that's the reason why we have to be perpetually prepared to prevent the terrible impact of a pandemic.
Jeez.
Yes, of course we'll have another pandemic with Fauci at large.
I guarantee it, says Fauci.
And when he says be perpetually prepared, that can only mean one thing: that the only perpetual thing in life is death. He just means get your affairs in order, and but also play it safe. Wear a mask while showering. Don't do it for your family. Don't do it for your coworkers. Do it because you're clinically insane.
Jimmy, I saw masked people still when I flew to New York.
Of course.
There's still masked people.
Everywhere there's masked people. I can't stand it when I'm at a restaurant and there's the wait person has a mask on. I can't stand it. I almost want to leave the restaurant.
I'll leave.
I will. I'll leave the next time. Hey, can I get another waiter? I don't want to talk to somebody through a mask.
A mask doesn't prevent any viruses at all.
Anything.
It never did, and everybody knew it. That was a healthcare professional.
Yeah.
Half of them are that corrupt.
So I just want you to just remember all the horrible stuff that are. So let's listen to RFK break it down.
We're going to take a wild virus and we're going to make it more.
So what Dr. Fauci did was gain of function. They took a wild virus, a virus naturally occurring in nature, and then they did gain of function, which is Frankenstein talk for making it more infectious, more deadly. That's what Dr. Fauci did. That's what he did his whole career. That's called gain of function, and he did it and lied to Congress twice when he was asked if he did it. And here's RFK to tell you what it was about.
More virulent, more deadly. And then we're going to develop a vaccine for that. And that's classic gain of function research.
So they invent a virus that's more virulent, more deadly, and then they invent a virus for it. Why would you do that? Oh, that's right, because you're inventing a virus as a bioweapon, and then you create a vaccine to give to your own soldiers and your own people. That's the game. Here we go.
I was going to say Satanism, but that's like way worse.
Yeah.
Why are they doing that? What is the rationale for them doing that? The only real rationale, if you think about it, is to develop bioweapons and then develop a defense to those bioweapons. So that's what they were doing. And Anthony Fauci was given a 68% raise by the military because of these new military responsibilities. He continued to do that to 2014. And that year, 3 of the bugs escaped. In high-profile escapes from 3 different labs in the United States. Really deadly bugs escaped or were found in unsafe circumstances. And 300 scientists sent a letter to President Obama asking him to shut down Anthony Fauci's research on gain of function, saying that it was highly likely that he would start a global pandemic with this kind of very dangerous research. And President Obama issued a moratorium and shut down 18 of the worst projects by Anthony Fauci, or ordered them shut. In the end, he really didn't shut them. He instead moved the research offshore.
To Ukraine?
Where he would be
China?
out of the oversight of these troublesome scientists, the 300 scientists, a group that called itself the Cambridge Working Group. and of White House officials, and the major lab offshore that they moved this research. There were other ones too. They moved research to Ukraine, to the former Soviet state of Georgia. But some of the worst research they moved to a Chinese lab that was run by the Chinese military, the Wuhan lab in Wuhan, the Wuhan Institute of Virology in Wuhan, China.
So that was the game. Why would they do gain of function on a virus and then create a vaccine for that virus that they just, what's the rationale? I know you're thinking Satanism, but it's just as bad. It's to create a bioweapon. That was the whole point of that. And if you
know how you fund both sides of a war and keep wars going forever? You do it with viruses.
That's
you
right.
do it with everything. Social engineering, everything.
Here's look at who this is. Dr. Fauci, Melinda Gates, and Obama. Where are they? Where are they in 2015? They're at the Wuhan lab, where they paid the lab $3.7 million for a bat project. We know that will, right? That's what.
Try the soup.
Did Barack Obama really go there? Is that real? Did you look that up? Make sure that's
no, that
real.
is real. That wasn't remember, Wuhan was not a bad place to go back then. It wasn't until after, the wet market incident. It's not a wet market, Jimmy, so it's not suspicious.
So this is Obama, Melinda Gates, Dr. Fauci. I think Mark Maron should interview all of them.
Yeah, together. I can only think of one man with the gravitas to really handle an interview like that.
Reminder, criminal referral requests have been filed against Fauci and the top COVID officials in 7 different states. You want to see the states?
Okay, I came up with something that false. The photo shows then President Barack Obama visiting National Institute of Health in 2014 with Fauci.
Okay, I was right.
Same diff.
So that's not real.
Or wait,
but same diff.
Wait, but the picture is real from a different place, is what you're saying.
So it's a picture's real from a different place.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
only Nancy Pelosi has visited the.
So here are the states that they have a lawsuit against Dr. Fauci, and he's accused of murder, racketeering, fraud, abuse, terrorism, and more. How much would you pay? Wait, not yet. 2 county-level criminal investigations are also underway, and the individuals are Dr. Anthony Fauci, Francis Collins, Deborah Birx, Rochelle Walensky, Stephen Hahn, Dr. Cliff Lane, Peter Daszak, Ralph Barrick, he's the guy doing all the dirty work, Rick Bright, Janet Woodcock, and Peter Hotez. You know Peter Hotez, the guy who won't even debate RFK Jr. because he knows RFK Jr. would clean his clock. Also,
Ralph Barrick's the guy that made the virus in North Carolina.
That's right.
And Raleigh leaked it. Didn't even come from Wuhan. It came from Ralph fucking Barrick.
Yeah, it actually didn't come from Wuhan. it actually was made by Ralph Barrick at the University of North Carolina. That's according to Jeffrey Sachs, who was the head of the COVID research group for The Lancet. The alleged crimes: murder, involuntary manslaughter, negligent homicide, assault, abuse, coercion, reckless endangerment, kidnapping, forced labor, terrorism, racketeering, operating a corrupt organization. The referrals were filed by Vyers Law Group and are backed by detailed evidence, including testimony from hundreds of victims and families. They said that lethal hospital protocols, the denying of life-saving treatments, the systemic medical coercion led to widespread injury and death. So a lot of people say that if you have a family member or someone died from COVID, they most likely died from the treatment because the virus wasn't deadly. The virus had a very low fatality rate, and it acted mostly like the flu. And who said that? Bill Gates said that after he cashed in his stock for $550 million. He said that about COVID. That's what Bill Gates said. That's not me. And so if you have someone who died, I know a lot of people who still wear masks because they had a family member die, and somehow that stopped their critical thinking skills when someone in their family died, and they never looked into what actually killed their family member. Their family member probably died because they were intubated and given drugs to suppress their breathing, respiratory system. That's a big reason why they died. Or they were given remdesivir, which was so toxic they couldn't even use it for Ebola because half the people who were given it died. It's toxic. And then they didn't give them actual treatments. They didn't give them stuff like ivermectin or hydroxychloroquine or monoclonals or steroids or vitamin D. They didn't give them anything. They gave them remdesivir, and they intubated them and killed them. So I hate to, spoiler alert, nothing's going to happen to Dr. Fauci.
If the Epstein files ain't coming out, you think he's going to be in trouble?
Yeah. Nothing.
You should never let go of the Epstein thing ever. I don't understand how anybody has moved on from it. Your government traffics kids. You don't think when it comes to making germ warfare, they're not just as evil?
And why only these states? Why only Oklahoma, Missouri, Pennsylvania, Florida, Texas and Arizona? Why?
They hate
is
science.
Because do they hate science in Pennsylvania? In Pennsylvania, they hate science.
They hate it, Jimmy.
I think the rest of the states need some help figuring this part out. And you can be sure to check me out making fun of this in Irvine on this Sunday, or in Australia, or in Burbank, California, the day after Thanksgiving, Pottstown, Pennsylvania. And then January 11th, I'm going to be in Waikiki Beach at the Blue Note. Make your vacation plans. See you in Waikiki. Over to Steph.
Here we come, Waikiki. Alatrion, isn't it weird how in World War II the same bankers funded the Nazis and the Allies
Isn't
and
it weird?
funded Havara Agreement settlement in Palestine?
Yeah, it's called the dialectic. It's the way everything has been run for many thousands of years.
How'd that let her go? Dear Lord Rothschild? Alatrion.
That's right. That's what Israel is, an Anglo project, and the Rothschilds are who are mainly responsible, as they say. That Edmund Rothschild's letter is what got that going.
John says, don't buy any of this peace crap. Trump and Bibi can't wait to get back to the deleting. Real estate deal. Bill Gates is drooling thinking about the depopulation. Billo. Franz Liszt, famed composer. The day will come when nations amidst which the Jews are dwelling will have to raise the question of their wholesale expulsion. Anadine Extra. No bakeries.
What?
Does their fluffy bread cause them anguish? Giraffe writer. Beautiful, beautiful ceasefire. I did it all myself. I'm amazing. You're welcome. Love me. That guy, Matt. Jimmy, there is oil and gas under Gaza. Follow the Pipelines by Charlotte Dennett. Carolina. Thank you, Carolina. If you have Jimmy Dore knee pads, please send some to the president. I'm really worried about the president's needs and maybe a napkin. Fatouche. We are Americans growing up on a constitution and individual freedom. Now they want to change that. Well, I say, fuck them. Stay together. Stay strong. Love your neighbor. Morty. Jimmy, I've never heard you say this David Rockefeller quote on the show, and you have to. Have it in your evidence arsenal and read it frequently to the audience because it's straight from Satan's mouth. Mr. Friday, where's that quote? I don't know. Maybe you did it later, Mr. Friday. Now I got to look for it, Mr. Friday. What is Rockefeller's quotes? We are Americans growing up on the Constitution. I read that one. Okay. Rockefeller quote. Here it comes, Mr. Friday. Okay. Oh, the quote's too long to include. All right. Please, in real time today, Google David Rockefeller's autobiography, page 405. Just look at the images of this psycho and the quotes right there. Okay. I will check it out. Japanese right to left and aren't Semitic. It's more the spoken word linguistics that comprise the definition of Semitic. Alatrion. All right. Fuck piece of shit Tony Fauci. I want this evil fuck arrested and executed. Noel.
It's not going to happen. So why don't you just calm down?
We're not going to see it on our lifetime.
You'll soon to see Dick Cheney be brought to justice.
Whip Lasher. Oh yeah, forgot he said that. Damn news cycle. They really do make us forget all the interesting shit. Whip Lasher. Richard Willett at WTA Frick is great. You should check him out. All the leaders are in a cult, and he shows it quite well. All right, I will show you that, Phil, with the team. Got it over there. When I went for training 20 years ago, around the time of SARS, I was told the PPE you need to stop pathogens is something with a hermetic seal, and you also need a prayer. Vientikis. Roger Meadows, $900 penalty for not having health care. Screw that. Run CalCare as a CBI amendment. One and done. Wow, Roger. Oh. Remember, Roger, I just asked you, I'm like, can you just write it for me? Can you just do that? I don't have the brain power for an amendment. I don't. I know, like you said, oh, sure you do. No, it's not in my wheelhouse to write an amendment. It's not. Can't you write it, send it to me, and boom, all right? I will hire you, Roger Meadows, to write these. And you said you won't, but I really wish you would because you have great ideas, and I don't know the first thing about writing an amendment. You seem to know. I'd rather hire a professional to write the amendment and then champion it. Come on, Roger. Come on, buddy. I've asked you before, but I'm thinking maybe 2025, you've thought it over, and you're like, yes, I'll write it, Steph, and I'm going to charge you this much for it. And I'm like, okay, let's do this. Let's write this amendment. You make it seem so easy, but I can't even begin. I mean, I have begun. It just says something simple like healthcare for all, period. I think do I have to write the new, how much do I have to say what the funding comes from on something? I don't even know. Please do it. You have great ideas. I'm begging you. We need a politician to citizen ratio around the world, and let's look at how many politicians died from COVID as opposed to the citizens. The real special ed. Well, no kidding. Did any of our leadership die from COVID? Oh, no, wait. They have health care.
Chris Christie didn't even die from COVID.
Did you hear that? Chris Christie didn't
Even
even
Chris
die.
Christie didn't die from
Whoa,
it.
morbid obesity. Did he have a stomach staple too? I think that dude did.
I think he did, but he beat it.
Boy, didn't he?
I think he beat it.
Can we get a total death count Anthony Fauci has caused the American people from AZT against the gay community to the entire American population with gain of function and COVID? Dirty. It's hard to get that information. They don't want it out there.
Okay.
Okay, back to Jim.